Hi, Sagittarius. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Astrogirl, and we're looking at September 21st through September 27th, I should say. And this is one of those weeks when there's a lot happening. And sometimes we have weeks when nothing happens. And then we have a week like this where there's a lot of a sign changing, and there's a seasonal change with the equinox, and the end of the week, Sunday, the 27th, there is a supermoon in Aries, which is, of course, is your fellow fire sign and your fifth house of romance, creativity, and self-fulfillment. Now, this supermoon is going to be much bigger than the usual supermoons, and it's going to have a 50% larger gravitational force field than we're used to. So this is definitely a time when flooding and high tides and, big waves and El Nino, which of course is coming, they talk about El Nino all the time in California. Since I've been here 8 years, and I've never seen this El Nino, but apparently it's coming this year. So really, if you live in an area where you have had flooding before, you're really going to have to take some steps towards making sure that doesn't happen. The sun joins up with Mercury retrograde in Libra, and that's your 11th house of hopes, dreams, wishes, and friendship. Librans are a really good go-to person for you if you feel as if you're in a pickle or a bind about something. You may be having trouble with an Aries. You may be having trouble communicating. You may be in a relationship with an Aries. And this is definitely a time when the supermoon is not going to help things at all. And if you know a Libra actually born on the 27th, it's going to be a really special time for that person, and they are a really good person for you to, do some feeling out and to work out what's going on with you, because this is an unsettling week for sure. Pluto, which is the planet of rebirth and regeneration, which has been out of phase in your second house of money and self-esteem and self-worth for 5 months, moves direct this week, signaling a slow, unconscious, and gradual return to peace and prosperity in personal, economic, and political arenas. Now, that'll be interesting because in the US, of course, Donald Trump, Mr. Gemini, has, taken over the airwaves with his presidential run and his debating techniques, which are interesting. And, it'll be interesting to see how September 21st through September 27 with Mercury retrograde and a lot happening in and around his sign with it being a Gemini, how it works for him or works against him. That supermoon will be in his 11th house of hopes, dreams, and wishes. And I'm wondering if that is going to cause him any reason to dip out of the race, because I still find it difficult to believe that he's actually really going to run for president. I don't know why, but I just feel as if he, it's not enough for him. It's going to be a job that just takes up so much of his time, and I just can't imagine him traveling as an ambassador of the US. It'll be great for the talk show hosts, if nothing else. Keep in mind that supermoon on Sunday could cause you to have a headache, vertigo, be in a bad mood, be cranky. Don't drink too much coffee. You're much better off drinking water because of that gravitational pull. It's going to, probably pull water out of us all, because of course the moon rules the tides. If you're a surfer, if you're a paddleboarder, if you're a swimmer, be really, really careful, okay? Because I'm not joking when I say that astrologers are really talking about this as being a crazy time. So make sure you're strapped to your surfboard and your paddleboard, and if you do go swimming, use someone's swimming pool. Have a great week, great speaking to you, and I look forward to speaking to you again next week.